this stuff is pretty new to you?
Yes.
Okay. So you're just here to check if you like this.
If it's good for me, if I like it, if I need something different, match it to the ball.
Your history with this golf shaft is long?
Yeah, maybe 5 years.
Okay, so I personally, from a tour perspective, wouldn't even open Pandora's box.
Okay.
Like, what's the point?
Right.
If this is good, and this is a great product, by the way, amazing, and you like it, which when I first look at these golf clubs, you've got driver and 3-wood in exactly the same shaft. I'm like, why would I change this?
Sure.
If I walk someone through a fitting process here, and I go through it with a good player, your standard and up, you've got preconceived ideas as to what you like. There's nothing I'm going to say that's going to change the way you feel. The golf ball will change it, but what the golf ball will result in, just like you've gone through with your putting, will just change the loft, because this is a lot of loft. And this indicates to me that you might squeeze it a certain way. I know that you're from Seattle, so I imagine the weather's crap. You keep the ball down. Looking at this, you know, you've obviously toyed around with this because the grip isn't on straight. So you've tried to figure this one out. It looks pretty...
Put the CG all the way back.
Yeah.
Added loft.
Okay. Looks like a strong head to me.
Yeah.
So you might have got a head that's got not a lot of loft on.
Right.
Which then you mentioned you want to work this out, so that would make me think that, again, the grip's not on right.
Yep.
2 problem areas.
Right.
And then, like this and this are the same thing.
Right.
What are you doing?
I just ordered it because I was like, I've never tried one, right? So I just had it in the bag just to see what it did, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not in, it's just a tester.
Yes.
Okay, I like that you bought that. That's a good call out to anyone listening here.
Yep.
And then 4-iron 770 I love. And I obviously the set is like, for someone of your standard, is the go-to set.
Yeah.
Now the interesting thing, the LZ, and it's pretty soft.
Yeah.
Like 6.0 is soft.
Yeah.
I've not seen your speed yet.
Right.
Why are you in this shaft?
Again, just history of it. Probably I played it for a long time and then haven't done like a proper fitting where I felt like I had any reason to change it. But
You
I'm
mentioned
not married to
to me, and I don't know if we were offline, you mentioned launch. And you wanted launch.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to launch it.
Right.
But maybe this is why you're in this, because you're in a ball that you feel sounds like you want launch, which a lot of good players want.
I do want launch. I can flight it down with anybody. I can
Okay.
hit it low. It's hitting it high that's the problem for me.
Okay.
Especially as we get into the top end of the bag. I've always felt I've had to like add too much of this to hit it high, and then I hit it fat when I try to walk. When I try to send it.
Okay. So, like everything, there's a bell curve. Let's loosen up.
Yep.
Let's jump into driver. Then let's flip back into the irons.
Yep.
So let's do that. Let's go a couple of wedges, a couple of 6-irons, and let's dive then into driver. So when it comes to chipping and putting with this ball, you've just got used to that.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're not complaining about it. You just said you want a bit more launch out of it, and that's why you went to it, because you thought it launched higher than the other ball.
Right.
But like, I love this ball,
Yeah.
and I think for me it's quicker off the driver, and that's important for me.
Yeah. I do feel like I don't hit it far enough perception-wise. So like speed off the driver is.
But remember using 10.5. So the more loft you use, you lose a bit of energy. We'll get to that. Again, I just want to make sure we're on the right ball here before we. And I'll do the fitting maybe for this ball, and then we'll talk about that. Because we're also hitting into breeze. So when you hit into breeze like this, like that looks a bit stally, but then I look at my TrackMan and straight away 9-iron into breeze like that, 8,600 spin.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, a 9 spinning at 9,000 for a player like you is a good number.
Yeah.
If you were cutting it, 9,500. If you're drawing it, 8,500. That was nice. It's obviously going to have, you know, around about 41 degrees of loft on it, and you're pushing that out there at 18.
Yeah.
So 41, you take half of that, 18, pretty good. You've compressed it.
Right.
And that's, again, something when you fit outdoors like this, you've got to take that into consideration. You're a player.
Right.
So you're hitting this shot, that nice sawn-off flight.
To the conditions. Right.
Exactly. And lie angle, I mean, lengthwise, I assume you're playing just standard.
Standard, yep.
And then lie angle, you look standard, but it could be...
Too flat.
It's too flat, and it's still got the toe up that much. Okay? Is the miss that?
Yep, for sure. That's definitely the miss.
So look at the divots. Would you not say that's lie angle? I mean, I know it's nice having nice and flat golf clubs, but if the miss is that, that's telling us something out the gate, isn't it?
Yeah.
That we may be a little too flat here. Maybe. I mean, let's keep looking at it, but let's just keep aware of it too. See what I mean? Like that is to me, that's a ball flight that doesn't want to be turning over.
What's the path on that?
My TrackMan is down to 10%, but that was 2.4 to the left, so it's a cutty flight. But let's remain a player here. Don't get sucked into the teaching stuff. I know it's hard, but don't do it. Yeah, I just look at these divots and I'm like, okay, that's toe deep. All right, you hit some wedges, but 2 degrees flat is a long way flat. So you've got to have, for you in teaching terms like horizontal, you've got to have no early extension at all, which I don't think you do. But you know, it's a lot to hold the handle that low for that long.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
And I just think if the miss is coming out a little to the right there, then I mean, it's a nice ball flight, isn't it? There's nothing in there that says to me, oh, we've got to change this golf club. There's a lot that says to me, we've got to change the lie angle, and I think we should play around with that. I don't know what lie that is. I'd like to check it. In fact, I think we'll go inside and check it now. In terms of your irons, why would I, other than the lie angle? And it might not be what you want to hear, but you've used this stuff for so long. Like, why would I dick around with it? It's too, I mean, that's fine. That's a little left. But we can change the lie angle and see how I think we've learned already with you. You changed your environment. So why don't I just check the lie angle and then we go from there?
All right, let's do it.
Let's do that. But from where I'm stood, you know, if I stick this under it, the toe ain't that much up. No.
Right.
And again, I'm going more off of this. And I'm also absolutely going off a ball flight because you had those things coming out with quite a bit of left to right on them. Now look, you the coach pulled me up and were like, hang on, and I agree, but you know, let's so adjust to it. It's a big change. Go again. Because we know like, that you adjust to things. So left's curve, maybe a better move, maybe. Down 7, cross 2. That's a straight ball flight. Look, you pulled it a little, but it's not deviated. No.
I expect that to have gone that way.
And now remember, we went a full 2 degrees, which is a massive amount. We can just go 1, which is probably where we'll end up, but I wanted to just give you the full treatment. Good? Now the other thing is, that I would do with you, I wouldn't go, if you look at the TaylorMade production numbers on the lie angle, it brings the 3, the 4 and the 5 a bit more upright. I'd go more old school tour. So we've got the 6 is at 61. I go 60 on the 5, 59 degrees on the 4, 58 on the 3. So I'm, you know, the lie angle for anyone watching this, I'd keep going.
Taper it.
Yeah, because I would hate for someone like you to come here, see me for a brief spell like this, go back to the desert, have a 3 or a 4 iron into a hole, par 5 second shot, hit it, expecting it to cut, and then it double crosses on you, and you're like, what the? Because that's a killer miss. So I wouldn't make the 3 and the 4, I'd just go off the set. I like the 3 and the 4 to be a bit flat. For someone of your build, of your play, which is a very easy fit for me because it's quite similar to me, but I just think you're losing a bit of power having the 6 and down so flat. And I think you've made your golf swing look very pretty by having your hands nice and low at address. It looks great, but on the same note, I don't think you're coming through as flat as that, you know?
No, definitely not. And I've definitely adjusted my hands at address to, I mean, I wasn't inside forever, so
So how's it feel to you? Let's just stick this one down so I can get a feel on the path of this. Does it feel upright? Because it's got to feel a big change.
it actually doesn't feel as
Good.
shocking as I thought it would.
Good.
But it does, I mean, I do notice. It's not like it's not noticeable.
Yeah.
But it's not as shocking as I thought it
Okay. Good there. And then let's just take one of these for some start lines and just make sure that you can, you know, start it in the sides you want to start it. Yeah, it's a little draw and then we'll do fade. I'll put that a bit left, but okay. So that, I would, you know, that was not drawing, which is a great sign considering I've just moved the club 2 degrees, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So then let's fade one. Maybe this will be tougher because it's not as flat as it was. I know you don't like to shape it, but okay. I also think a player of your level should be shaping it. I think why are you telling me that? I think you don't shape it because the clubs are so flat that you probably don't like to work it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
You're shackling yourself. So how are you getting to a back left pin with a club that's 2 degrees flat at this lie angle?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? You're a good enough player to be shaping it.
Right.
I think you're a massive one. Again, I've said it at the start of this and I'll say it again. The situation dictates what you do with your golf game. Yeah. It's obvious.
Yeah.
And I think before we go too far, I want to see this. Let's get straight into it. I like where that is. If you're not comfortable going that upright, which by the way is only standard, and we do what I suggested in the long irons, then I think what we do from there is we just go 1 degree, which I'm totally cool with.
I actually didn't mind that at all.
I didn't mind it at all. Peg that up. I want to see how high you go. Same target. And again, coming into this, I'm cool with that much loft if you are, but I would love to see you in less loft because I think less loft means more power. Let's get this out the way. Let's see how you line up. And I think that while this swing of yours looks pretty, we want a bit more power. So let's see.
Yeah, I've definitely focused on aesthetics for a while and not.
And this is a tough wind. You know what I mean? You're hitting now slight left to right, slightly into, same target. So I love how high you tee the ball up. I love it. But I think, you know, straight away for me, we've got to focus a bit more on speed. That's not you trying to draw it.
Right. Yeah, it felt like it was.
But that's not, I can see already that's not you, you know, 4.8 left. It's better. Just held the face, right? Okay, I'm gonna go and get you a different head so we can lose some loft and lose some spin. So we have to think about our environment a little bit here. Wind's off the left. So the easy fit, which we'll do straight away, is to go a 9 degree head and then get off a standard on this sleeve and just put it, I don't know the exact loft on this, haven't measured it, but I'm pretty confident it's gonna be about 9.5. So if I then go 9, but I'm confident that one was gonna probably be 10 3/4. So if I go 9, get you off a standard, move you towards higher, this is a 2 degree sleeve. Let's go 1 click for now. The face angle's gonna be turned in for this wind.
Yeah.
That's the call out. That's what we got to look out for. I probably wouldn't offer this much information to most people, but I'm giving it to you because it's your lucky day. So yeah, there's a bit more loft on that. I haven't moved the weight on the bottom. I've just taken the loft down because loft is speed. And your smash factor is like 1.4. It's not enough. Now that looks great, right? Because let's not get too carried away. I love it, but let's just make sure it's not you adapting to the surroundings and me fitting you for a club that's, but I mean straight away, look, this is great. 10.1, 2400, brilliant. This is so flat. We've got to get that steeper, so we've got to get our peak height up. How do we do that? That's too shallow and that's too far left.
Right.
I think you being a good player and being a coach, I'm just going, fix this.
Yeah.
And you fix that, not me. And then you'll be in the right club. Nice effort. Go again. Go again. So shallower, more to the right. I want your peak height to get up. 102, much better. Little low in the blade on that strike. Okay. So you said good. You said to me you didn't like to feel like you were helping it in the air.
Yeah.
But I think you have to with this club.
Yeah.
You have to. Because your peak height's too low.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're Scottish, you know what I mean?
I mean, what my angles were with the 6 iron, 7 down.
Yeah. 7 down on a 6, I don't mind.
Yeah.
That's a European style though. You don't see it with many Americans. But this is too low. This 9.6 is killing you. That's fine. That's too low. That's too low. And it's because of these two numbers here.
Yep. Yeah.
So like, it's almost like, again, you being someone who changes to the environment, I would almost, my fitting with you would just be like, there's that. Right. See you later. Right. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you're not miles away. Right. You just got to recalibrate.
Yeah.
So look, this is, let's have some fun with it. Go on, like, shove it up. There you go. Might feel horrific, but I think you're the green light to do it as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Like, do it. Yeah. Especially here. This is the range. Right. And I've taken loft off, so it's not going to balloon on you. Right. That was hit low in the blade, so it spins a bit. Yeah. But we're still not moving the path. Yeah. So let's, again, just speed this up a bit. I like it. Getting there.
Still didn't move the path.
No, but it was a better hit, wasn't it? It was higher in the blade. The speed's gone up.
Way better.
11.7 launch. Yeah. Giving you a spin rate. It's not going to give us a spin rate, which is unfortunate. Trackman doing the old faithful.
When you hit a good one?
Yeah. Okay, move the path. So the release is tricky, right?
Yeah.
So let's shove that weight into the heel. And then let's just work a draw. Hit it down the right side. Let's move the numbers. Bell curve. You don't have all day for your best shots. Let's get it drawing. Good, setup looks great. High draw. Look at that. Now, what you're doing there is giving me room to move the club if I want to. This is fine. This is good. This is great. 107, 3-1. So what I'll do now, because I love your land angle at 44, now, like we said, you'd adjust to the club. 158 ball speed, that's decent, it's quick. Quicker than where you were when you got here.
Better than when I was.
You've got to start slamming driver. Yeah. I don't know what you, like, you must just be playing with members or like start hitting the thing.
Yeah, I don't go after it very much.
But why not?
Yeah, I don't.
There is no reason why you shouldn't. You shouldn't be. That ball's good for you as well, by the way. If I give you another ball, it'd be more floaty and we'll just lose even more yardage. Slam the thing. It's driver. Good. Give me the draw now. High draw. Better. Going after it. I know it's not your style, but I think you've exactly. You're wasting a club. Because you've got, look at, you talked to me about gapping, you've got 3-wood, you've got rescue, you've got, what are you doing with all this? You can hit that further and have one of these. It's just a thought to consider, and as a coach, you should be considering it.
Makes total sense.
Decent. Might need to give you a new stick, we'll put that on the bill, but it's all right. That was your stick, not ours. That was a good hit, by the way. Trackman got some numbers for us as well. So that was 159 on the ball speed. That's your quickest ball speed. Land angle 32, peak 76. I'd like to see higher. That's all a calculation, obviously. Good shot. You'd be amazed at how many people, when I put the sticks down like that, hit the stick. I'm blown away by it.
It happens to me every day when I do it.
Right, down 2. We keep the sticks in business. 12, 23, 94 peak, 288. This is decent now. Decent. The more you launch it up, the more you swing it to the right, the more I can take the loft off. The more better the energy transfer.
Oh,
that was a bad strike. The advantage I have here, and it's come from the questions that I've asked you at the start, I know you're living in the desert. You going away and having a 76 peak height works in the desert.
Right.
If you can get it to 105, you're only going to hit it further. Right. So I'm in a win-win situation here no matter what.
Right.
Playing the 10.5 head, I don't know, you must have been like losing a lot. Or on a golf course, you were just panicking because no one's giving you the green light to hit it further.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, that's probably, the second is probably the more accurate.
Hit this thing and let it fly and be confident that you're going to put it in play. And the way you do, because that's floaty, and the way you do that for you, I think because you said, oh, look, I don't play with a shape, I don't do this, I don't do that. I think the way you do it for you, you're still not moving this path, is you start to play with a shape.
Yeah.
I think that it's...
I gotta feel like I'm hitting a rope hook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't hit one left yet.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with hitting this ball left. You're not re-teeing it.
Right.
Let's do that.
Tried to.
Let's hit the big draw.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's miss left. Let's get one hooking round that corner.
Okay.
Good numbers. All right, it was left out to the right, but it was good numbers. Let's release the blade and get one drawing. So how good's that you've got a driver that you can't hit left?
Can't do it.
But it's good.
Right.
That's great from a playing point of view.
Right.
Now, peg it half the height
Yep.
and put your new normal swing on it. This is how, if I was working with you as a player and we were playing golf, I'd be like, dude, if it's tight, just do that. Because the way in which you deliver the club, this is only going to peel left to right.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to get no higher than probably 80 feet,
Right.
and it's going to be in play. This is you all day. Do you know what I mean? That's your safe shot.
Right.
It's gone 10% less than how far you hit it. It's in the right semi.
Yep.
That's what, yeah, down 4, that's what you do every time.
Right.
And it's gone 277, and it's spun 3,000.
Right.
And then your one that you let loose, you tee it a bit higher,
Yeah.
you try and hit it from the inside, you spin it at 2,500, you launch it at 11. Again, it's an understanding of what we're trying to do.
Totally. That makes total sense.
That's the furthest left you've hit it since we've been here. And it's in the left half of the fairway.
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah. A mini pull.
Mini pull, exactly. And that's why it came out at 10.7, because it was a little bit over it. Spin rate didn't catch for us, but we know 107, 10.7, and not quite your best hit, 1.48 on a smash.
I just can't get it. Yeah, it won't go left, which is comforting.
It's great.
I can just,
It's music to many people's ears.
yeah, I can just go after it.
How good's that?
Yeah.
It's Scottish, but it's good. I'd love it higher, but for the desert,
Yeah.
it's very acceptable. And then I think you as a
I think I
player,
was born in the wrong state, in the wrong.
well, I think for you as a player though, you have to work on getting that to 110 feet.
Yeah, where's
Rory's
that
at,
right now? 780. Yeah.
Rory's at like 130.
Let me see if I can get one to. What would be good on this? 100 feet.
100 will be golden. If you can be consistent at 100 today, then you're doing great.
Okay, and that attack needs to be what, 4?
2 and then hit it out the top of the club.
Right.
There you go. That'd be maybe 100. Be close. You see how you released it?
Yeah.
Thank fuck, we've been here a while. 97.2. Well done. Good numbers though.
Yeah.
And look, 294. That's your longest shot yet.
Yeah.
All it is getting efficient. Understand there's a centre of gravity of that golf club, and you want the centre of gravity of that golf club to come through underneath the centre of gravity of that golf ball.
Right.
Then what will happen is you'll hit it in the air with no spin.
Right.
Then if you're not feeling comfortable, you simply tee it down, the centre of gravity of that golf club is above, and you hit a squeezer out to the right.
Right.
Just like you did when you were a kid and you were panicking. But you didn't know it because you were just playing golf.
Right. Yeah.
And now what's happened is you want to make your swing look so beautiful, which it already does, that you're like, oh, I'll just pap one down. What are you doing?
Yeah.
John Rahm ain't papping anything.